Good morning. This is Joshua Taylor, Donald D. Taylor, coming to you from here in Hope, British Columbia. This morning when I woke up about 6:30, and I was just checking the phone, and I don't know who had this prophecy on by Jackie Julyan. But anyway, it's about this cosmic event that's coming at Christmas time. In the Christmas season, 3 asteroids are going to hit the Earth, one in Australia and 2 in other places. And this is the Father's wake-up call that he's about to bring, cut down the rotten fruit in the churches. The majority of the churches are not producing fruit. God's coming back. He's going to start to cut down the trees that are not bringing forth fruit. And that's what he did to me. He had to bring me back to life. And I've been searching for the Lord with all my heart, and making time for the Lord, right? And the problem is, in the churches, you go to church, you never make time for the Lord, you never make time to read His Word, you never make time to press in, you're too busy about the things of the world. So God's bringing down His axe, and He's going to start cleaning house. And I tell you, folks, you're going to see the fear of God on the faces of the people. What I saw in the visions back in 1986, 88, I saw the fear on every face, the fear of God, of what's coming upon the world. And I tell you, it was so thick that you could cut it with a knife. One step below, people being paralyzed with fear. And once you come to that place where you're paralyzed with fear, you can't do nothing. You can't move, you can't think, you can't react. You're finished. And that's what's coming, folks. God's bringing the hammer down. The fear of God's going to come on the face of the people with what's coming on the earth. And what do you think I made up this tract for? Do you think I made up this tract for just for my own good? About the Father's love? People are going to need something in their heart when God brings the hammer down. Do you understand what I'm saying? You haven't seen the fear. I've seen the fear. I've seen what's coming. And you better wake up. God's saying, you churches out there, you better wake up. You better realize what time it is, because the hammer's coming down. And if you're not ready, God's going to remove you. He's going to remove your candlestick. And that's why the Lord, this is why God gave me this prophetic poem, back in the early 90s in Edmonton. About the Father's love, the first prophecy that I ever spoke out. And it's for this time. And people are going to need it. People are going to need something. When God lays the hammer down, He's going to make a way of escape for the people. People's going to want to know, what's coming. He's going to make a way of escape so people will be able to handle His axe coming down and cutting down these trees that don't bring forth fruit. So He's preparing our hearts to pour out the love of God. But the sad truth is that the churches are getting in the way. They're not doing their work. They're no longer, God's walked out of the church long ago. And this lady that I was listening to from the UK this morning, she's right on the money. She's right on the money in what she's saying. And you need to go listen to her. So just type in, what did I do? Cosmic event, cosmic event, and a prophecy on YouTube, and it'll come up. Her name will come up. Jackie Julyan will come up. She's got lots of strong words, and you need to go to her, you need to listen to her, and you need to repent. You need to turn your lives around, and this applies for all of us. We need to turn our lives around and make room for God in our daily walk. Because if we don't, we're not going to be able to stand and withstand what's coming. And this asteroid event, these 3 asteroids that's going to hit during the Christmas season, this is just the first wave of the wake-up call. There's going to be 3 events, 3 waves of this wake-up call, and this was seen by somebody else just about a month ago. God's about to shake the earth, but he doesn't shake the heck out of it all at once. He gives it a shaking like this, then he goes like this, and then he goes like this. That's what's coming. He's going like this, trying to get your attention to repent and turn back to him while there's still time. It's not very long before the man of sin will come on the scene, and when he does, he's going to launch a jihad against the churches. He's going to launch a global persecution against the believers. And if you haven't got your house in ready by that time, if you can't stand by that time, you're going to be shaken, and you're going to become part of the great falling away. Compromise and take the mark, unless your faith is strong enough to where you become a martyr. But that's what's coming, folks. We are running out of time. So I finished these tracts. I got it done on the computer yesterday, so I need to go get them printed off, and I'm going to make them available to you out there, and you need to take them, you need to print them up, and you need to get them to as many people as you can. This is not for me, but it's for the people. When God begins to lay the axe to the root of the tree and bring forth this great shaking, the hearts of the people are going to be seeking truth, right? Not this falsity that's in a lot of these churches. And I don't know what's on my plate. Just if these asteroids are going to hit by Christmas time, that means I'm going to have to really do double time and triple time to try to get all the stuff that the Lord's given me to get it ready to be used. Because I tell you one thing, there is a global recession coming. People will be forced to come together whether they like it or not, just for survival. And the only way that people made it during the Great Depression is that they worked together, they had their gardens. You're not going to make it in the cities. The cities, you're going to be in the lineups, and the lineups are going to be blocks and blocks long just to get a bowl of soup. So, you better wake up. You better begin to prepare your hearts, get the love of God in your hearts. Because without that, you get a bunch of people together in these end-time camps, end-time communities. It's going to take the love of God to, so people are not tearing each other apart, right? Not fighting and saying, well, I'm the boss, I want to be boss over you and all that. We only have one boss, and his name is Jesus. But we need to learn to get along. Hard times are coming, folks, and we will have to come together, whether we like it or not, in these end-time camps, and we're going to need the manifestation of the love of God in our hearts to do it. Okay, that's it. I'm going into town, get cleaned up, get a haircut today. Hey, Max. He's my best friend. As far as what's on my plate, I don't know. I'm halfway waiting for work up in the bush, on top of the mountain, and I talked to the guy yesterday. And he says he knows I got this van, and it's already getting cold. It's already getting winter up top of the mountain, and I do have an RV. I'm gonna have to find someone to pull it up there. So I don't know if that's going to be on my plate or not. So I'm hoping that the job will go through, and that I'll be able to have this RV pulled up there. At least to be able to have a furnace and have some heat. I don't have no heat in this van that I have now. Okay, Max, just a minute. Max is doing one of his funnies. Okay, you can leave it here. I'm going to get this uploaded and get into town. This is Joshua Taylor coming to you from here in Hope. But make sure you go see Jackie Julyan there, UK sister. Just type in cosmic event prophecy and she'll come right up there. And you need to really listen to what God is saying to her.